Okay, so we are on page 217. This is a residual plot. This is a great residual plot. Do you see how the points are scattered above and below? Like it's even amount, like you don't really see a pattern. It's, I know you're like, well, there could be a pattern. No, they're scattered above and below. That's what you want. Okay? It should be roughly, there should be some hitting that line. There should be some above, some below. That's a perfect regression residual. That means that we can use correlation. Our data should look linear. So, that's a good one. Now, if you look at the bottom of page 217, and you look at that one, do you see the curved model? Do you see how it curves up and down? You can see that curve. That means that our data is probably nonlinear and that we're going to have to do something to our data, and we're probably going to have to linearize it, which we're going to do in our next unit, which was just one section, but that's the one. And then I think there's one more. Do you see this one? It starts off really well, right? Like these points right here, it looks pretty good. And then do you see how it gets wider? Like they get farther away from the prediction line. They get away from the explanatory. You guys, that means that something's happening, that we probably should not be using a least squares regression line. We need to look at data. So you guys, when we talk about scatter plots and we talk about correlation, we're going to look at correlation. We're going to look at that scatter plot. We're going to use our residual plots to make a statement about whether or not the regression line that we've come up with is a good line to use. Okay, so I wanted to show you that because I think that's really good. Now what we're going to do is my favorite problem in the entire, no, it's not my favorite problem in the entire universe. We already know that my favorite problem in the entire universe. I need you to go into your calculators, so you need your calculators out. You need to clear out every piece of data, okay? We're gonna do some least squares regression pictures, and then we're gonna do some residual pictures, okay? And we're going to do a lot of calculator functions today, but I don't want you to get wrapped up in, oh my God, I don't know how to use my calculator to do this. I will show you different ways to do it. Okay, so what you need to know is that list 1, this should be in list 1, okay? This one should be in list 2. This should be in list 3. This should be in list 4. This should be 5. And this should be 6. Did I not tell you the page number? It's page 223. That would help if the teacher would tell you. So we are on page 223. So you're going to do data set A is going to be 1, 2, and then that Y is going to be 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes?
I just accidentally deleted my list too.
Okay, so you are going to, so if you accidentally delete a list, I'm going to show everyone how to do this. You're going to go to Stat, and then you're going to scroll down to Setup Editor, hit Enter, and then hit Enter, and that will bring your list back. So if you ever all of a sudden do not have a list, go to Stat, Setup Editor. So you want to make sure that all of your lists are cleared, and you do that by highlighting the list number, hitting Clear, and scrolling down. So see how I highlight the list number, I clear it, and I scroll down. Okay, so back to our regular schedule program, we're putting this data into our list.